Page 114, Rocket Away. That's the beginning of Unit 10. Ooh, look out. And again, since we're starting a new unit here, this is a good point. If you're getting a little confused or go back and review everything again up to this point before you go on, because it's just going to get more challenging as we go through. Introducing a new sign, a new musical symbol up at the top called a flat sign. You've already had a sharp sign. Sharp sign, remember, goes up one note on the keyboard, white or black. Well, you can guess what the flat does. It goes the other way. It goes down one note, white or black. So it's like what they're saying. They have a B. A B flat is one note going down, white or black here. If I have a G, I want a G flat, I go down. If I have an E, I want an E flat, I go down. If I have a C and I want a C flat, I go down. Yes, that's a C flat. I know it's a B, it's also a C flat. Because there's no black key here to go to. So it's just one note, white or black. That's the way they work. Same rule applies. It's from that point on for the rest of the measure in that staff. It's another accidental. We got one more accidental to go, and then I'll talk more about them. But yeah, we have the B flats here in Rocket Away. Look at the first line, then the last measure. You have that B with a flat, and we're in G position. We're going to use the same fingers for the white key for the black key, but it's just here. So it's a B here. You get in the second line in the third measure here. Both of those B's are B flats, because remember that flat sign is for the rest of the measure. So both of those are flats. And that's the way it works. I think that's the only flats you really get. You have sharp in the left hand, but you've had those, so hopefully those are okay. 4/4 time. We're still in G position. I'm going to talk about the right hand first. Here, quarter notes. You recognize those notes? It's just a G chord, it's a broken chord. So you'll learn to recognize these chords and these broken chords and these patterns in the music. It will help you, especially with sight reading, to read much more easily and learn much more quickly when you can, oh, that's just a broken chord, or that's a chord, or this is this chord, whatever. It really does help. So just a G chord, and second measure same way. Like so. Not a lot going on in the right hand, it's just there. The left hand has the cup chords, block chords, and they're tied, so hold it down for 8 counts. And then here, the C chord, that's tied, a lot of tied chords, and that's really all you're doing in the left hand of these chords. Put the hands together, what do we get? Remember, the left hand's tied here. You don't play it again, you hold it down. So you go through and work out the whole piece like that. Go as slow as you need to. I tend to go a little faster because I've been doing this for a million years, and it's just. But you go slow if you need to. But I want you to work it out on your own. I don't want you to just wait to hear me and then copy me. That is not going to work. Eventually you'll hit a roadblock where you won't be able to go further. Is my concern there. Once you have that, we can add the slurs. I'm really concerned about, I keep calling these slurs because I don't remember the book introducing the word phrase, or they're mixing up phrase and slur. You see this curved line. It can be for a slur, or it can be for a phrase, or it can be for a tie. Those are the three things the same curved line can be for, and it depends on the situation. You already know about ties, that's just 2 notes involved there. A slur can be any number of notes, that you're just connecting the notes, that's all that means. Well, a phrase is a musical sentence, so like we talk in sentences, music can be played in sentences. It's a musical thought. You just listen to it. You can hear each line in this case is one thought. And that's why they're phrased. These are really phrase marks. And the difference is that on a slur, it's not necessarily, it could be a phrase, doesn't have to be. But on a slur, you're going to connect all the notes as best you can. A phrase is a musical sentence. It can have slurs in it, but not all the notes have to be connected inside a phrase. That's the difference. Now, so far, everything we've run into, all the notes are connected in the phrase, so it works out well. The phrase is the slur, the same difference in this case. I just would like you to understand what a phrase is, because I'm liable to use slur or phrase, whichever one, and you might get confused. These slurs are also phrases in this piece. So add that in the right hand. So at the end of each line, lift up before you go on. So here in the end of the first line, you're here. Lift up in the right hand, not the left. You're going to keep this as connected as you can. You can't, but try. It's the right hand that lifts up. And you do that at the end of each line, like that. Then we can add the dynamics. Fortunately, they're only giving us one dynamic. Good, because that's all we need. And that applies to the melody. You make everything else softer than that. What is moderately loud? You can figure that out. I don't know, somewhere in loud. It's sort of loud. And that's the only dynamic they give. Well, that doesn't work real well because you don't want to play the whole piece at one solid dynamic. What it is it gives you the area of about where the dynamic is going to be, and it's up to you to vary that around that as you feel the music. So here I might play the little softer, and I come up on that one because I would feel it that way. Just how do I feel? And usually with an accidental you can kind of bring those out a little bit. Usually, not always, but usually when you can bring the accidentals out a little bit. That's after you get to know the piece, because in order to really feel the piece, all the mechanical stuff has to be automatic. You can't be focused on music and fingering and pedaling and rhythm and all that and try and feel anything other than panic. So get to know the piece, and when it's sort of automatic for you, then start listening to the music, the sounds you're making, and follow these dynamics in your head, whatever comes around. Play it differently every time. Just experiment. It's fun. Now, speed-wise, it says moderately fast. There are words to it. They're above the staff. It's up to you on how fast would you sing it. I don't know. This doesn't really sound like a bluesy thing. I mean, it sounds bluesy, but the speed, it doesn't sound like a woe is me type bluesy thing. It's like a happy, oh woe is me. So you decide on the speed you want to go. When you're learning it, you go slow, but then gradually speed it up. But I would like to do it with you slowly to double check the notes and the rhythms. That's all this is for, where I'm not performing it here. So I'll give us 4 counts, so let's play it together. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2. 4.